Morning. Yes, it's Petrus, Pardette, and Frankie. Two socks with your morning beach walk and extreme boating video. We've got a westerly wind pushing hard from behind. Not uncomfortable, but definitely. I mean, definitely. Here, the watercolors at the estuary mouth is definitely not ginger. It's brown. So fishing is more towards Ingwe, Jabula and Main Beach today. There's a net outflow of water into the ocean. We'll go and see what's happening at the estuary mouth just now. We first have to sit through the boat launches, but this launch, specifically the one that is going to take place in the next 15 minutes, won't be enough light to record it. Good morning, welcome to the live. Bernie Blighnout, môre Petrus, Dion Pieterse, goeiemôre, môre julle. Een winderige dag, westewind wat waai, reg van agteraf. Nie ongemaklik nie, maar mens besef hy's hier. So lekker kitevis hengel gewees het. En waar was ek in Pardette? Ons het afkamera aktiwiteite ook om te doen. Ons moes die double cab van St Lucia af Richards Bay toe skuif, die wit double cab. Die engine is herbou, die bodywerk is die bakwerk is oorgebou. Nou word die twee bymekaar uitgebring. Hoopelik die einde van volgende week sal sy weer op die pad wees. Dan begin ons spaar om die Mahindra te doen. Maar ja, geld is skaars. As mens nie elke dag op die strand is om video's te maak nie, dan vergeet die mense jy bestaan. So guys, please hit the super thanks or PayPal, petrusviv@gmail.com. Even Ben Skeper sê môre sê St Lucia lekker dag. Môre Ben, baie dankie. Even Telkom mobile airtime will be appreciated. We only had 250 rand so far for the new month. So I could only buy uncapped for 7 days. That's all I could afford. And that's running out on the 15th. Somebody is going around town harassing the locals to say that St Lucia can't handle 200 millimeters of rain. Well, was it, I think in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th. By 5 in the morning, Yuri must just confirm that for me in the comments. By 5 o'clock in the morning, we had 220 millimeters of rain. Some people reported after that, and some people reported up to 285 millimeters. Some people only recorded 185 millimeters. Now it's definitely more than 220 millimeters of rain we had. And St Lucia can handle it. That is what we normally get, 4 to 5 inches in a night on a wet cycle. It's absolutely normal rainfall patterns for us. Our drains and stormwater drains are well maintained. We are a sandy soil, so it absorbs the rainwater very quickly. If you look at the opposite banana box at the St Lucia Town Hall, you will see that is 5 inches of rain right there. So while we're waiting for the sunrise and the boats to launch, let me just make this a safe highlight. Cool. Now we've got the greeting done for YouTube. I just want to thank Sean for helping me once again. My 12-volt inverter that I bought 3 months ago got struck by lightning the other night. One lightning strike, no thunder, no warning, nothing. One lightning strike and various people in the town got affected. And not even in a straight line, just somewhere randomly. Rihanna Broodryk sê, môre Petrus, geniet jou dag, dankie Rihanna. So Sean came up and he's borrowed me 18,000 rand to buy a lithium battery pack, 24 volts, for the Victron inverter that I do have, so that I can continue my lifestyle here in St Lucia. Some days I feel that the hurting is too bad. I want to give up. But I love this place too much, and Pardette loves the place too much. Look at her. Just look at her. The sun is not up yet and she's already digging and scratching and rolling and tumbling. Say more, Pardette. Say harrow. Say more. And that is No Limits there, getting ready to be pushed. Frankie has left for the estuary mouth. So we'll be joining him very, very soon. No Limit has started the motors. A very shallow channel here in front of us, going all the way south where they're going to be pushed, and then the launch should happen about there, a little bit north. I'm just going to keep you guys over there so you can watch the sunrise and hopefully you see a shark. Well, it has to jump for you to see it. It's just pinch a little bit of zoom into this. Yes. That's a bit of a better view. The 13th of May 2023, and it's still very low light conditions, although we can see the surf, the backline, everything clearly. The sun is late, it's hiding behind the clouds. So it's going to be a sudden sunrise this morning. It's just going to happen. No Limits has got 2 young boys on board going fishing for the first time, or well, probably not the first time, but going fishing today. Calm ocean, very, very calm ocean, flat surf conditions. Wiseman just making sure he's giving him the best chance to have a dry launch. I'm going to have to restart this extreme boating video. Gillipsie sê, môre Petrus, ek bly ek kan vandag 'n bietjie kyk. Welkom Fred. Ja, saam met die reën en die ander werk by van die kanaal af was ek 'n bietjie skaars geweest met die lives, ek vra om verskoning. Maar ewe skielik agtergekom daar's 'n lewe. This is going to hardly be a launch, out of focus all the time. There's no limits being pushed there by Wiseman. Floating nicely in the channel. Going towards the sandbank. Some big ones breaking on the sandbank right now. He has to hang back to wait for the sets to wash through. Oh, he's going to make a run for it. Going to run right into that big one. That's a dangerous place to be. And he's over the front into a gap. Well done, no limits. Slowing down. Getting over another big one before it makes a call. That's a beautiful launch. Happy hunting. Enjoy the day. Now, there's no other boats in sight yet. I don't know if there's going to be another boat launching. Do you guys want to wait here for some more boats, or shall we go to the estuary mouth? Let's just zoom out again. Tina Stein says, môre Petrus, môre Tinus. Leon Hogan says, good morning all. Let's go towards the estuary mouth. I am very interested to see what happened there in the 4 or 5 days that I've missed it. Kom Pardette. Baie bysikad. Don't know if that was a little fish or just a piece of branch or reed that she chased there. But it got her excited, ne Papa? James Weekends, lekker bewolk, kom groot reën. James, ja, daar kom reën. So oor 2 dae van nou af gaan dit vir 2 dae lank reën. Ons gaan vanaand reën kry en môre aand reën kry en dan is dit 2 dae wat die heel dag gaan reën. Maar of dit groot reën is, ek weet nie. Ons het nou al so baie water gehad hierdie jaar, dit is ongelooflik. Soos ek vroeër in die live gesê het, daar's mense wat ander mense beledig in die dorp, sê dis onmoontlik, ons het nie so baie reën gehad, soos 200 mm nie. 4 na 5 duim reën in St Lucia vir 'n aand is glad nie ongeken nie. Ons het nou vir jare lank 'n baie droë siklus gehad, die wetenskaplikes het dit so beskryf, very dry cycle. But that is our normal rainfall figures. If it rains properly, it rains 4 to 5 inches a night. But I think if it keeps on raining like this, we get more mud into the estuary, but the estuary mouth will stay open. If we get localized rain like this, it's a good thing, because then it doesn't get mud, it just flushes the system. But hey, wat se vrot eet jy? Nee, kom ons gaan mond toe, kom. But as long as we've got a net outflow of water, we won't have a functioning estuarine system. Every time we've got marine retention, the system flushes itself again, and everything lands up back onto the beach. We've got no dead marine fish, so that we don't have an algae bloom like the scientist that is now employed for the management plan is writing in their preamble. The first thing that they tackle is algae bloom. I've never experienced the algae bloom here in St Lucia in all the time that I lived here. We don't have algae blooms. Even now, with the high population of people in Kula village, with them not having flush toilets and proper sewage, I don't foresee we're going to have an algae bloom ever. To try and prepare the management plan for an algae bloom and ignoring the sediment, it's very, very dangerous, very reckless. At this rate, we will never get the mangroves back and the estuary system functioning. Don't know why they use out of town scientists that hasn't even been to St Lucia, that don't walk the beaches on a regular basis, and why they ignore Dr. Ricky Taylor's findings, that has been a scientist here since the early 70s, and did most of the data recording that they're now referencing to. There's even young scientists blaming him for the separation of the estuary and Pelosi River mouth. It wasn't his decision, never. He motivated the decision, but it wasn't his decision. It was, I don't know what they called it those years ago, but same function as a multidisciplinary task team. Farmers, business people, community members that supported the 1950 scientific decision by a lady, I can't remember her name. I'll try and find it again. They decided that the Pelosi River and the St Lucia estuary mouth should be separated. And by 1960, that was too late. I've got a couple of videos. Just want to do this highlight quickly. This one is about Pardette on the beach for her fans. As far as we can trace back, shipping journals, sediment of the Pelosi River has always been a problem on this coast. The first Portuguese that was stranded here with a shipwreck. Stories that's been told by the Nguni people's tradition. Pelosi sediment has always been a problem for St Lucia estuary. That's why in 1950, lady scientist that stayed and lived here on the beach decided that the two mouths need to be separated. You can see the sediment build up here again. If it pushed like this hard here on the beach, you can expect that it's pushing into the estuary mouth. I've done some videos where I've dropped in the photo of the 1960 closure of the mouth. Oh, there's monsters arrived. Too bad, light conditions is too low for launch videos. Sorry, Mons. Mons, a charter operation here in St Lucia, 21-foot VCAT. A one-man show. Also has holiday accommodation for those that's interested. Guys, I've got a couple of people supporting the channel that's got holiday homes here in St Lucia. If you would like to contact me to get their contact details, please do so. The main sponsor of the Extreme Boating channel is Casa Sea Angel. Beautiful holiday home with swimming pool, braai facilities, Lapa area. And then we've got Luandla number 6. Also supports the channel nicely. There's no prawn for us to eat for breakfast. But there must be prawn amongst all this. What is this that washed out here? This is the interesting fish. A stunned salmon. Didn't like the fresh water. That is absolutely a baby dusky cob. Fresh water hit it too hard too quickly. That's the first time that we've seen a marine species dying off because of too much fresh water. Maybe I want to do this for the morning beach walk video. Let's just concentrate a little bit. There's so many things happening at once. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's Petrus with your morning beach walk video. And guess who's with me today? Your favorite beach Pardette. And look what we found here. A baby salmon, dusky cob, washed out on the beach. And if I look at this, the fresh water was on it too quickly. And it couldn't stay with the salt water, so that is what stunned it and killed it. So that's baby salmon right there that's dead is sad. But it means that the functioning estuary works for juvenile recruitment. Apparently, Richards Bay Harbour was going to be extended. And I'm trying to get proof of it. I'm using a new AI. It's not new, but to me it's new. So I have to learn to interrogate it. Much more interactive than ChatGPT. And it's live availability on the web. I can ask her to do research on Pardette and myself. And it's not 100% accurate. It gets confused. But it's amazing on what you can find. Like the development at Richards Bay Harbour that nobody knows about. I actually knew about the developments happening. I wanted to get investors to buy a guest house in Sophus lawn there in Richards Bay. But unfortunately, due to greed, I had to crash the deal from my side. And the greedy people couldn't pull the deal through. So yeah, it was a lose-lose for all the parties. But money doesn't buy my soul. And I think that it was a very expensive lesson for various estate agencies. That's why For You to Stay was stunned in 2018. Because I don't let money dictate my life. It only helps me with my lifestyle. I don't have much moral values, but when you teach your children moral business practices, it's important to show them that you will not sell your soul and nor your body nor your child for money. I can speak about it now because the court interdict or the restraint has expired. So I can start telling the story of For You to Stay and why it was stunned for 5 years. It's not because I was Callum, tried to cheat people out of money. To the contrary, I was helping people to make more money. But then there was another character that's got property owner here in St Lucia that went haywire on me, trying to prove that I'm a fraud and stealing people's money. I nearly got the case to be tried in Matuba, but he ran away. So there was no court case to prove my innocence. People, you must be very, very, very careful about slander, and it can turn into perjury very quickly. And that's one that I like to use often, is to get people to lie under oath, because it comes naturally to many Christians. They think because Jesus has died for their sins, they can keep on sinning. But the South African justice system frowns upon people lying under oath. So a lot of people are still slandering me, still sticking badges onto me that I don't deserve. And since I'm now out of the 2018 court interdict, I can now start talking. There's a lot of things I can now do to defend myself. Beautiful here at the estuary mouth. The water outflow is very, very, very slow at the moment. The sediment buildup here, you can see, is enormous. We are moving towards neap tide, or just away from neap tide, and there shouldn't be so much tidal interaction between low and high tide, but yet there is, and that's purely because of sediment buildup. Looks like if we're going to have a nice day for birders here. I'm not going to walk too close to the water's edge because we've got those hunting crocodiles. They shouldn't be hunting anymore. They should be hibernating now, but for some reason they didn't get enough food stored, and they're still hunting very much. Yeah, I even got the nickname amongst the young scientists in St Lucia as Bentonite Bob, because I'm worried about the mud coming down the Untitled River. Anyway, they say for evil to thrive, it only takes for good men to do nothing. So yeah, I can't sit on my hands and wait for evil to thrive. It's not in my nature. One of the reasons that I'm still here in St Lucia struggling and haven't taken up better job propositions and enduring the name calling of beggar. But that's fine, as long as we can tell the story and bring wisdom to a bunch of stupid people that think they can make comments because they brief and they don't respect the outcome of any of their comments. Frank. Morning. I didn't bring your microphone this morning. My humble apologies. You must remind me tomorrow.
What story?
Sediment
I
built.
noticed how thin it is here,
Yep.
even after that big rain.
I think it would have been closed by now if it wasn't for the big rain.
That's probably.
And it's now doing a lot of damage. Look at the sediment pushing that way. It is sinking. It's incredible how much the sediment has moved towards that side, hey?
Now, Petrus, I'll leave it until you put your eyes there, because it's some strange thing.
It's scary, I'm telling you. The closer I get, the more nauseous I get. This is why I don't like doing the morning beach walk videos anymore. I don't like to see the damage that's been done here. Look how much this has moved. Hey? I don't know how I'm going to show the people how much sediment the sediment has moved.
Petrus, you need to come with a tape, about a 50 meter or 100 meter tape. Once in a while, measure that.
Frank, this peninsula used to be over there, more to the left of this mouth area of the St Lucia Experience channel.
What I take as the point of Petrus is this V in front here. Because originally, when you first started coming to the beach, launching the boats from this side, the boats used to launch in front of that.
Yes, that was on the right hand side of the peninsula.
Yes.
Now that is about 100 meters that this has moved that way. And a week ago, I put it on the 6th, the video of the 6th, I put it on 75 meters, but it's now increased the rapid a lot. It's scary. If I feel so emotional about this with my little bit of knowledge, imagine how Dr. Taylor must feel with all the knowledge and the research that he'd done, and he knew this was going to happen. Just nobody to talk to, nobody to listen, everybody shutting him down, blaming the dredging on him. And it was a Royal Society of South Africa's decision long before Dr. Taylor graduated as a scientist. I believe he was still in primary school when they made that decision. Oh my God. Guys, I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit. Do you see those tree stumps over there? They were on the verge of that sandbank on the 6th on the verge of the water's edge on the 6th of May. That's another 20 meters that the sediment has migrated to the west. That's in 7 days. Frank, And 7 days, those tree stumps was right on the verge of the water's edge. Those ones are right in front of us.
Yeah.
So in 7 days, that sand migrated about 20 meters to the west.
Something like that, yeah. But have a look at the also this little point that
Yeah, it's like fucking running away. It's just like running away. That point was here on the 6th, but it was right about here where I stand now. So all this sediment from here to there was deposited or moved in the last 7 days. How am I going to show this on video? How's people going to understand what we're experiencing here? Yeah, because there's a lift, they are lifted out of the water. They are sedge grass, they are designed or created to grow in swampy areas, but there's more sediment buildup now, and they're getting away from the higher above the water. And the people said as soon as the salt water comes in, it will stun them and kill them off. It didn't happen. Look how much ocean-borne sediment washed here onto this mud over here. I'm supposed to make a video for the morning beach walk, separate of the live. I just can't get to do it. I'm just... Let's just take a highlight here and we call it weekly sediment update. Now from here to the water's edge is not quite 20 meters. That's why Frank says something like that. But look at that extra sediment buildup right over there. And this is why I call it 20 meters, because it goes all the way in there, up to there. It's ocean-borne sediment. Ocean-borne sediment all along there. Let's try and get it from this side, yeah. We take a straight line there where Frank is standing now. See, everything this way has been migrated in 7 days. Okay, guys, everything to the right of my hand, everything this way is what it migrated in the last 7 days. This was on the verge of the water's edge 7 days ago. Probably a little bit more to the left because the wave action probably pushed it with the movement of the sediment. But we can clearly say this was the water's edge and that is the movement of the sediment in 7 days. I'll drop in the 1960 picture again and look carefully. The light areas is sand and the dark areas is water. It's a black and white picture. And look, the sand goes all the way underneath the bridge. Silted up completely. You guys on the live, to understand what just happened, you'll have to watch the beach walk video, still to be edited and published, to understand what I'm trying to explain there. Ooh.
Now, Petrus, I don't understand also, evaporation on the lake. How much water actually gets evaporated every day?
Yeah, now,
Replaced by some, from some.
and now that it's now shallower, it evaporates more out of a saucer than out of a cup. It's now got a saucer effect. It's shallow, so the evaporation impact is much, much higher when it was deep, 3 meters and more. I didn't want us to dredge again because we're in the Port Dunford layer here. And when we start dredging, there's a net outflow of water, even if the estuary mouth is closed. Surf launching 101. Morning, Petrus. Good morning, surf launching. Coming back in. Yeah. I'm sad I forgot Frank's microphone this morning. I don't know why I was in such a rush. Hey? Yeah. Not having electricity 24/7. One have to budget your work according to the charging time of the equipment. Whew. Yeah, it's the wave action, Frank. As the sets come in, it will push, and as the sets, if the sets is dissipated for 30 or 40 seconds, it will run out still. And that's how the sediment is being pumped in, is with the wave action that you just witnessed there. Oh, and the fisherman is back. I don't know. I take everything with me when I leave. There's a bauble. Somebody caught a bauble. So it's pretty much a lot of fresh water around. Just wish we can teach these to take the garbage that they brought you with them. It's much lighter now. Everything is out of it. So why don't they just take it with them? It's bringing us other anglers into a very bad disrepute. I must start bringing some hooks and swivels and convince these people what our rights are. Hey, I'm standing with my back to the water here. To the left is the direction of the sediment movement over the last couple of months, but specifically over the last 7 days. That's pretty much the edge of the peninsula where it used to be, and that's how much it grew in about 2 months, 3 months' time. asked Bart, Google's OpenAI, last night to do a character profile of me and Pardette on the beach. Quite interesting. I'm a controversial person that invokes a lot of criticism with a love of nature, photography, and it saw my dog as my wife. I had to explain to it, it's actually a mutt. So that's how much love and compassion I've got for my dog. That when OpenAI, not OpenAI, when Bart read my online writings, it perceived Pardette to be my wife. Pardette, papa lief jou. Selfs die OpenAI sien, selfs AI sien dit raak. Ek hou aan OpenAI. OpenAI is ChatGPT. Bart even found me the cheapest version of solar batteries. And it could calculate me the most effective kilowatt hour. And it's interesting how it calculates it. I came to the conclusion that gel batteries is cheaper kilowatt hour than lithium. Because lithium, if you drain it to 11.8 volts to get the same watt hours as you get out of a gel battery that you drain to 11.8 volts, then lithium batteries life cycle is reduced to 3 years, where the gel battery has got an estimated life cycle of 5 years, but let's work it on 3 years. Then it's much, much cheaper to have gel batteries on a solar system than lithium batteries. But so we learn, live and learn. It's just gel batteries takes a longer time to charge back up again. So if you don't have a lot of sun for the day, your gel batteries might not get full. Unless you've got proper charge controllers on it. I've segmented my solar array and I've got a Victron charge controllers on each array of panels. So once there's demand on the load, it will draw from that charge controller. And if the gel battery says, sorry, I don't need more, it will tune the charge rate down. Electricity takes the path of least resistance. Battery has got their own inherent resistance on how much charge it can take. So if the house demands electricity, it will take it from the solar panels. And not from and you don't need the intelligent charge controller to calculate those do that type of calculations. Electricity was the path of least resistance. If the battery puts up resistance, it will go into the house appliances. As easy as that. So I put up a lot of small charge inverters on each line of my house. Then it gets more proficient than three-phase electricity because you can have an inverter just for your lights, which needs to be a very, very small inverter. And you can have an inverter for your fridges, inverter for some of your plugs, your air cons, and then you'll never be totally out of electricity like what happened when your big unit is struck out by lightning. So I don't rely on insurance. I take my insurance premiums for my solar and I put it back into the growth of the solar array. I had a setback, I lost the inverter the other day. But I got a cheap replacement for it. Thank you, Bart. It showed me where I could find the cheapest inverters, and it can match the inside of the inverters to see. It's incredible. It found the Mercer components in a cheap inverter, and it suggested this where I buy the cheaper inverter from, at a much cheaper price than the Mercer inverter, the same components inside. All of a sudden, AI has become useful. Yes, there needs to be a lot of legislation around AI to protect the future generations against super intelligence. I don't dispute that. I don't create open AI. I only use it. And I will not pay for it. I will not fund it. Now, does it make it better? If I fund it, it means I contribute to the overdevelopment of open AI, or AI in general. Tide is at a standstill here, because it's coming in and there's not much net outflow happening at the moment, even with all the rain we had. Okay. Now that the water is the lowest point here, there should be a let outflow of water. It's not good that there is a let outflow of water, but this means we've now got a net inflow of water on the ocean. That means a lot of ocean-borne sediment. Okay, let's continue. Let's embark on our journey back. Let's go and plant it in the pool. Why didn't you pick up the dead salmon? Oh, okay, let me show you. Hope I'll find the salmon on the way back. Just follow Pardette's footspurs. We should find it. The salmon hasn't got eyes anymore. But Tiger might want to eat it.
Big fish.
No, small baby. We probably go to jail if we do take it off the beach. It's way, way too small. So guys, if you want to support the channel, hit the super thanks please. Money goes directly into my bank account, or you can put dollars into PayPal, petrusviv@gmail.com, or you could buy us some Telco mobile airtime so that can help sponsor these morning lives. No, I missed it. Just hang on a sec. Frank, just hang on a sec. There's our palmnut vulture back. And Bart picked up that Pardette is a bird watcher. Probably with all the interactions she has with all the birds here on the beach. That Bart recognized her as a bird watcher. Just look at Pardette play. Somewhere around here that I found but one of the birds probably picked it up. Now the launches, sorry, I was actually at the ski boat club. I didn't do the launches this morning. The one boat went out. Light conditions was too low. So launching. En dan sê Johannes Kilian, môre Petrus, lekker dag. Dankie Johannes. Dis 'n pragtige dag hier op St Lucia. Was net een ander boot wat uit was, Asterix. En No Limits. Môre Johan. Klaar nie, dankie. Did you see the palm? Good morning. Did you see the palmnut vulture?
Yeah. Sorry?
The palmnut vulture.
No. I saw the eagles.
That's a palmnut vulture.
Oh, that is okay. That's cool.
Yes.
Yes. So we're down here, so we had a really good picture of it.
Okay. Yes, that's a palmnut vulture.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be in the area, but they're nesting here this time of the year.
Yeah.
For me, all these birds I knew. I come from Denmark, so it's a
Yeah,
friendly bird world.
yeah, the pied crows is not,
Yeah.
the ravens is not something we like to see on the beach. But there's
Okay.
so many other birds. There's some
Yes.
black oyster catchers there on that sandbank over there.
Okay. Yeah.
There's quite a few nice birds here today. There's
Nice.
the crow challenging the palm nut vulture over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoy your morning. Shame, Wiseman het loop terug van Ingwe af om die ander voertuie te kom haal. Want Asterix van daar ver Side Beach. Ai, ai, ai. Dit gebeur nogal gereeld. A lot of plugs that got unstuck here on the beach. You see them washed out all over. Some nice big ones. Not as big as last week, but still big.
Only one boat went up.
2. Asterix trailer is already back there.
Oh, okay.
Was Asterix and no limits. Okay guys, that is our data consumed. I didn't even make a video for St Lucia restaurant this morning, so I'll have to edit one from the footage I've got on the. See you guys back tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Same time, just after 6, we'll be back live here tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching.